Yeah, so I've been outside of the cage, been on hiatus for an entire year, right? So
Yeah.
it's only fitting that no, a little over a year ago, I found Hiatus tequila. From the first sip, I wanted more of it. I wanted more of the juice, but I also wanted more um of being involved with the company. And then met the founder, Christopher DeSoto, who set out years ago to create an authentic agave forward tequila, and he has created, in my mind, the best tequila on the planet. And I said I want to be involved, so I made an investment in the company. Have now been working behind the scenes with our team to try to get it in the
Nice.
glasses of as many people possible around the world, because it's tequila for tequila people. It's it's exactly what I try to be: authentic, true to myself, exactly who tequila is supposed to be, exactly who I want to be. So I'm excited about it, and we're going to take it to the moon.
How many people have wrongly been saying you are copying Conor McGregor going into liquor, as if we haven't seen a million other celebrities over the years that have had their own brands before Conor McGregor?
Yeah, man, it's actually funny. Whenever you get lined up with a guy like Connor, everything you do is combed through with a fine
Right.
tooth comb and looked at under a microscope, right? If I'm nice to him and I give him a compliment, they're like, "Oh, you're a
Right.
brown noser. You're just trying to get the red painting night." If I'm mean and I talk trash, "Oh, you want this fight so bad. You want the red painting night." It's like you can't do anything right whenever you're lined up opposite Conor McGregor. But yes, him carrying around his proper 12 whiskey bottles, and then now me, obviously, I will be behind 100% behind Hiatus Tequila. There's going to be people who are going to cast stones, of course, but if you at all love tequila, if you at all like tequila whatsoever, Hiatus is as pure as it gets, gluten free, additive free, certified kosher, and no additives. So I went to Tequila, Mexico a couple weeks ago. La Cofradia is our distillery down there, so I actually got to see the process, walk through the fields, and it's cool. It's the real deal. So it's funny that I will definitely take some flack because now I'm in the spirits industry.
It sounds like a great business to be in, Michael. A fun business, right?
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things, and it's funny too because when I have posted some teasers every now and then, there's so many people too who are like, "Man, there's no way Michael Chandler drinks. He doesn't drink." And I'm like, "Well, maybe I'm not out there, ripping shots and
Right.
turning a bottle up on my social media to show it to the world. But yeah, in my free time, when I want to take a little hiatus, I'm spending time drinking tequila with my family, friends, my closest of kin. It is my drink of choice. So, yeah, man, it's a fun industry to be in, and it's more than anything, it's the people behind the brand. It's Christopher DeSoto years ago sat in front of the tequila regulatory committee, because that's what you have to do. You have to go in front of the CRT or the TRC to start your brand, and it was just him. He started it by himself. It was a solo mission. Then he has now created this large team, and now we're spread across a couple different states. We're available at shophiatustequila.com across 44 different states. We can ship to 44 different states, and we're going to have multiple renditions. Obviously, we have the Blanco Reposado, the Añejo. We can age it even longer, do an extra Añejo, an extra Reposado. We can move into the mezcals and the sotols and all the different agave spirits. But right now, our flagship is our Blanco, which is a good sipping Blanco, and man, I'm excited about it.
It's awesome. The bottle looks awesome too, Mike.
Well, the thing I liked about the bottle, it's not very busy. There's a lot of
No, I like it.
there's a lot of
Right,
open space, right? Kind of like my last year of my life, right? There's not a lot of fight announcements going on, right? But it's more tranquil, right? There's a lot of rest and recovery in the bottle. So
Well, then, being you said it like that, let's talk about your fighting schedule and what you might have planned. Obviously, November 2022 is the last time we saw you in there. You're a guy who has always been super active. How much has this bothered you, just having to sort of sit, wait, watch, and where are we with the possible Conor McGregor fight?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it has not been a little bit tough, right? I am very active. I like to be active. When I was in Bellator before the UFC, I wasn't active enough. I was always scraping and clawing and trying to get fights, a couple fights a year. Now coming into the UFC, signed with the organization for 3 years now, and having the fights that I have had, fight after fight has been fight of the year candidate or one fight of the year, knockouts of the year, and all that kind of stuff. So I went through the ringer. So I think a year off as much as it was tough, has probably been very good for me, very good for my body. And it's also given me an opportunity for a full year to focus just on this one opponent, watching all of his tapes, watching all of the interviews, watching how he's conducting himself. Obviously, we had the distraction of The Ultimate Fighter, which was awesome, 12 weeks on ESPN. But from everything that I have been hearing, first quarter of 2024 is when the fight will be happening. He can't run forever. And, I know congratulations to him and his fiance, Dee. I know they just celebrated the birth of their fourth child, I believe, yep. Another boy, fourth, right? Yep. So that probably had something to do with a little bit of, things getting pushed back, and rightfully so, man. Making a family, creating a family, being a father is the most important thing we will do as fighters. But, man, sometime in the first quarter of 2024, we're expecting it to happen. So today was not the announcement of that fight, but expecting an announcement coming soon, hopefully.
Is there any thought in your mind, Michael, that it's not going to be Conor and you're going to fight somebody else, or is Conor McGregor still the opponent, and he's going to be the opponent?
It's a good question because, there's a lot of speculation out there. I've never been involved in such a speculative, interesting kind of scenario where it's, you talk to one person or one person chimes in and says he's never coming back, you're being trolled, and then the next person says, hey, he has to come back, it's in his blood, right? So somewhere in between is the real truth. But I believe it's Conor. I believe Conor is coming back. Everything is setting itself up. You're seeing him training. He's out there training. You're seeing a lot less of the boats and the parties, and you're seeing a lot more of the training footage. I believe he's positioning himself to come back, and why not come back and fight the most exciting guy on the entire roster and myself every single time I show up and I perform. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blockbuster fight. And biggest fight of my life, and it's a perfect, I believe, comeback fight for him because he's got to come back and fight somebody relevant. And I am just that, and it's going to be fun, man. I can't wait.
I can't wait either, Mike. Is it going to be at 155? Can he get to 155 anymore?
It's good. It's now once again more speculation, right? We've talked about. He said 185 on the show back at the Ultimate Fighter, right? I think everyone is expecting it to be at 170. Everyone saw him balloon up and gain some weight for his Hollywood debut on Roadhouse and the recovery that he was going through. But now you're seeing some training stuff of him, and he's looking a little bit slimmer now. So maybe it's 155. I hope it's, I don't mind it being at 155. I'm in a good spot, but I also wouldn't mind it being at 170 either. I think after seeing the likes of his body and where it's at right now, he looks like he can make 155. So, we'll see. I would definitely be okay with 170 though.
I'll get you out of here on this, Mike. As you've studied him, what percentage is he of the fighter he used to be? Is he 100%? Has he lost something? What do you see when you examine him as an expert in this, obviously?
Yeah, it's tough. Anytime anybody takes a extended period of time off, you never know how they're going to be coming back into getting the canvas underneath their feet. What kind of fighter are they? With him putting on as much muscle mass as he has, having a lower body injury, is he going to be able to have the muscular endurance and the cardio of bouncing around that kind of karate stance, and also the lower body injury that he took to his left leg? Is he going to be bouncing around? Is he going to be that bouncing around in and out of the pocket Conor McGregor of old? It remains to be seen. Obviously we're seeing little leaks of his training footage. He looks like he's back at it, and moving like the Conor McGregor of old. And he also has got a nice little bit of muscle mass left on him from lifting all those weights over the last 2 years while he's been out. So from studying him, I still believe that I'm fighting the best Conor, the Conor who has something to prove, the Conor who has got a fire underneath his belly. He's listened to all the critics. He's listened to all the media. He's listened to everybody who said, hey, he's done. His best years are behind him. I think he's going to try to silence everybody, and it's up to me to go ahead and go out there and spoil his plan. Well, I know you can't wait. Obviously, we all can't wait. Congratulations on Hiatus Tequila. Michael, once more, where can people find it? What's the website? Shop Hiatus, shophiatustequila.com. And yeah, we ship to 44 states, and I'm heading out to Indianapolis this week to do a couple bottle signings and meet with distributors and do all kinds of stuff, man. I'm not just a guy who's going to talk about it on social media, man. I've already been to a couple different places. I'm going to be out there doing what I do, which is working in the business and spreading the word, man. So can't wait.